Hi everyone, welcome back to Virtual Club. I hope you're all having a great day today and that you're ready to get started with our activities. So for today, I wanted to talk about seasons. Now, seasons are actually very fascinating. So as you all know, we have our seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. And Utah, well, where we are specifically, we get to experience all four of those seasons. And what I mean is, so say you in Ogden, Utah, compare your winter to, say, a kid in Los Angeles. Now, their winter is very different. They don't have as much snow and it's not as cold. And that is because the way the earth cycles around the sun. So just a little bit of science. Let's pretend this water bottle is the sun. And then we'll say these sunglasses are the earth. So the earth cycles around or orbits around the sun, and it takes 365 days for the earth to get all the way around. And as the earth is cycling around, it's also on a tilt. So seasons happen because depending on where you are in relationship to the sun, depends on whether or not you're experiencing cold weather or hot weather. So let's say you get here and you're experiencing spring. Remember, this is Earth. And then you feel summer here, and then fall, and then winter. And then before you know it, a new year is beginning and you start back over again with the seasons. Isn't that really cool? So with that, I wanted to tie in a craft. And as you can see here, these are sort of like Rachel's activity that she did. So Rachel did an activity a few weeks ago, and I think hers was called an alternative garden. So her craft is kind of similar to mine. So all you need is a toilet paper roll or toilet paper tube, some paper, some glue, and some scissors. But before we get into that, let me just tell you about all our seasons. So the first one that we have here is summer. So as you can see, I made the tree really green, and I try to put some little sunflowers here on the bottom, and then some nice green grass all around the trunk of the tree. Now, summer lasts technically from June all the way to September. And the temperatures in Utah can go from 85 degrees to 100 degrees, which is super hot. So it makes sense why during the summer, most of us are wearing shorts, short sleeves, tank tops, because it gets so hot. Some fun holidays in the summer are July 4th. For us in Utah, we have Pioneer Day. And then there's also like some flag days, and we have the state fair that goes on usually during the summer. So yeah, that is our summer tree. Next one we have here is our fall tree or autumn. So as you see here, so these represent the leaves. If you can see, I tried to put some oranges and some reds and some yellows because during the fall, the leaves change and they also start to fall, which is why I tried to make the grass a little bit different because the grass also starts to get yellow during the fall. But yeah, so fall lasts from September all the way through November. And the temperatures in Utah can range from 37 degrees to all the way up to 92 degrees. So some days you could be wearing a light sweater and then the next day you are freezing cold. Not freezing cold, but you're colder than usual. So that's usually how it goes in Utah. It's pretty crazy for us in the fall. But some fun holidays in the fall are Halloween, Thanksgiving. There's also Labor Day and Veterans Day that all happen in the fall. But yeah, moving on to our winter tree here, as you can see, I tried to put some snowflakes around the bottom to represent, because for us in winter, we get a lot of snow. And also, there's usually lights up on the tree, and that's why this tree is very white, because snow just piles up on all our trees here in Utah. But for us, our winter lasts from December all the way through March. And temperatures here in Utah can get as low as 10 degrees and then as high as 30 degrees, which is still pretty cold, which is why we wear, big heavy coats, scarves, beanies, gloves. We wear all those to keep us warm during that cold time. And then some holidays during the winter time are Christmas, New Year's, and I guess technically Valentine's Day, which is kind of weird to think about. But that's technically a winter holiday. And then moving on to last but not least, our spring tree. So spring, we are actually in the season of spring. And so if you guys take a look outside, you can see that flowers are blooming, trees are starting to grow, and all these pretty colors are starting to pop out of our trees and our bushes. So I tried to put like some tulips because my mom has tulips growing outside of her house. And then the trees, they differ. So today we're going to finish this off. But as you can see, I already did some of it. So first, you're going to start with your toilet paper tube. And then to make the grass, the easiest way that I found is if you take your paper, and if you don't have colored paper, you can just color it green or whatever color you want your grass to be. So what I did is I just took my paper and I just cut at an angle or at a diagonal angle and cut down. And I keep repeating that pattern to get the grass. And you can keep doing this for as long as you need, the length of your grass needs to be at least as long as around the toilet paper tube, just like that. But I already did that, and yeah, so you'll just need to glue it on, which I've already done for you. And then I just put some tulips on there, just to show some color. So now the top of the tree, let's see. So what I used at home was a bowl. So you could use like the rim of the bowl and turn it upside down on your paper. Or, let me show you. Since all I have is this water bottle, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. So I have this water bottle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace around it. Because I cannot make perfect circles. So this is an easy hack for if you want to make sure that the circle on your tree or the top of your tree is perfect. So after you're done tracing it, you will cut it out. You'll cut it out. So I'll do that right now. Just gonna cut this out. While I'm cutting this, let me tell you about some fun things you can do in the springtime. So in the springtime, since we just came out of winter and it's been so cold, a lot of people like to get out and go hiking, or they like to go to the parks. And yeah, temperatures in Utah can be as low as 16 degrees and then as high as 62 degrees. So pretty good weather to wear just light jackets, maybe capris, just something that you won't be too hot or too cold in. So yeah, that is how you make the circle. Mine is a little bit bigger because I had the bowl when I was at home. But yeah, so when you have that, in order to place it into your toilet paper tube, you just have to cut slits into the sides. Like that. Be careful. And then you just slide your circle right on in there, like that. Pretty easy, right? And then to make the leaves, this part is super easy. So you're just gonna cut strips into whichever color you want your leaves to be for your tree. Now, since I already put some green, I'm gonna incorporate some pink in there, because during the springtime, that's when we get those pretty blossom trees. And yeah, some fun holidays in the springtime are St. Patrick's Day. There's April Fool's Day. There's Easter. Easter is a weird one because it's different every year. And then there's also Earth Day. There's Star Wars Day, as you guys saw last week, of what we did for our live. And then there's also Cinco de Mayo. There's a lot of fun holidays during the spring. Spring is a fun time. So as you can see, I just cut some slits through my pink paper. And now I'm just going to cut across so that they can all fall through. There you go. And so, let me take this out. I'm going to take the base of our tree. And this part's really easy. So in order to make it into like a loop or a ring, you just glue one side of your strip and then connect the other side. It's as easy as that. So let me just put a couple on here just to give our spring tree some color. I don't know if, I think I might have forgot, but spring lasts from March all the way to June. All right, just like that. And you just keep repeating this step all over and over. You can put as many or as little as you want. So I'm just putting some color into mine. I'm gonna put this one right here. So as you can see, I have my circle that we cut out earlier. I'm just laying it down to place our leaves or our loops onto the tree. This part is really easy. So this craft it really doesn't take too long, but it's really fun. Let's put one more. I think we should put one more pink on there. I want it to match the tulips that I have already on the tree trunk. Now there are there are pretty trees that come out in the springtime. Let's see. So let's put our last one on there. Let's put it right in the middle. If it can fit. Maybe, maybe not. I made this one kind of full. Am I going? Okay. Okay, there we go. So there is the top of our tree. This is our spring tree. And now I'm just gonna slide it onto here just to complete it. And voila, you're all done. That is your spring tree. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning or relearning about seasons and how they work, because it's super fascinating. Now, you don't have to make a spring tree. You can totally make your favorite season. Mine personally is fall. I love the fall time. But yeah, you can make whichever is your favorite season. And please leave a comment or post pictures of what your favorite season is, and let me know how this goes for you. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day.